I'm glad to be here with you. Our topic today, we're going to talk about adjusting your voice for style. We're picking some themes that are going to last for a month, so that's coming up. But I am so about making this very personalized for you. So I'd love to hear from you, specific topics you want me to do, things like that. Absolutely love it. So today we're talking about adjusting your voice for style. The first thing I want to say about this is that you don't adjust your voice for style. You make your voice. You make your style. You express yourself. Your voice is an expression of you. So there's no adjusting that needs to happen. It's literally you, your sound, what you're about. So part of this is literally, nope, I'm not adjusting for a style. You create your sound through the expression of who you are and through mechanics. So your voice, you can sing any song and make it your own. You can bring any style in any song to make it your own. That's really key. So there are other aspects to what does the style ask of me, and that is usually more about style than voice. Like it can be about rhythm. It can be, oh, we're doing R&B, we're doing gospel, you've got to learn how to sing with the backbeat. So a song has swing, you got to learn to swing it. I tend to swing everything. That's my style. I tend to have a swing to everything I do. If you sing on the beat, very straight, you sing everything is very even, that is a limitation to your style, that you're really locked in only to like the downbeat, singing like to the strum of the guitar, because really there's a groove and a pocket. I'm not talking about just the beat. There's a groove and a pocket, and then you actually play with that pocket to express yourself. Your voice is a true expression of you. So someone can do a cover of a song and really bring your style to it, making it your own. And that will be changing the song. And that's really the point of that. Someone's making the comment that your sound has many different styles. It depends on the music and the song. Now, again, depending on your career and the type of artist that you are. Are you singing in a cover band? That's one thing. That you're singing very consistently the song that's being asked to be sung. That's one thing. If you're doing musical theater, that's another thing. But still being able to bring your sound to everything you do is essential. In which case, I don't think that your voice should change for every style and every sound, unless that's your job. If you're like a voiceover actor and you're creating characters, that's totally your job. If you are a contemporary artist doing your own music, then we want everything to become your sound. The songs you sing, no matter what style, become your sound. Your own songs have your own sound. And some things really come from mechanics. For example, when your vocal cords and the muscles that produce sound, if we just get your mechanics to be aligned, your style will open up tremendously. Your choices will open up. Your dynamics will open up. But what I suggest on finding your own style, because singing in somebody else's style while singing their song is tiring. It gets really boring to sound like someone else or not feel free in your own expression, right? So there are two aspects to this. So the first is that the mechanics of your instrument. When you learn good technique, we are tuning up your instrument. It's like tuning up the guitar. When the guitar is tuned up, the piano is tuned up, you're just like, oh, I can just play it freely now. And what can you play on that piano? Classical, rock, a ballad, an upbeat. You can play any style on that piano or that guitar. When you are tight, let's imagine a guitar that's not too, all the action is tight, strings are old. It gets really hard to play. You're going to struggle to play. You're going to work harder to play it. So with good technique, we tune up your instrument. You're going to have so much more freedom to then play and explore your style. So let's talk about those mechanics. If, for example, I said, I'll go very wide. If I tend to be a belter and I'm like leaning into I'm pulling my chest voice, I'm too wide. I'm going to say, go easy on me, baby. Everything's going to be a little sharp or flat. I'm under, right? Go I'm under because my chords are lifted, they're tight, I'm not getting a blend, my vowel's too wide. That's going to limit my ability. How many of you feel when you sing, oh, my verses have a certain kind of style and my chorus is like certain notes, I can either yell them or I have to be breathy. I have to push them or I have to let go. We want to be able to, like a piano, play anything, anywhere, any dynamic. So with alignment, go easy on me, baby. Easy to sing, day and night. Change the key. Go easy on me, baby. Go higher. Go easy on me, baby. I can change keys. I can have dynamics. I can have choices because my instrument's tuned up to play. So getting good training will help you have a tuned up instrument. Insane amount of confidence. Dynamic choices. Now you can go start playing. Now the playing. My voice maps online program. I do these things with artists one-on-one, and I have a program called Voice Maps. It's an online course. That course is full of games to help you explore your style. We're not adjusting the voice for style. We are playing with our voice, playing with our instrument in order to build and create your own style. And even if you know, you're like, oh, I have my style, guess what? You have habits. Some of those habits are wonderful. They really are why you sing the way you sing. Some of your habits create limitations or tend to butter everything with something that's like uniform, and therefore all your songs don't come alive. They all get buttered with a tendency. And we want to lose those habits and tendencies so that you can make choices. And then you're like, oh, I do that here because I want to. And then I can play and do this here and this here. One artist I work with, for example, they described to me, I feel like I have 7 voices. And so like, this is this voice. And they had descriptive words for them, right? Like, this is my light voice. This is my strong voice. They had 7 different voices. And they would just kind of paint by numbers. Like, okay, in this part, I'm going to sing like that. In this part, I'm going to sing like that. It's very, I'm going to use the word limiting because for her, she had 7 voices instead of infinite choice, 7 colors, 7 ways of doing things. And it was a constant decision, like, oh, I'm going to do this here, do this there. So the surprises for the singer were even gone. And we want to feel surprised in our creative flow. We want to surprise ourselves, like, oh my gosh, I just did something I wasn't expecting because my emotions came through, and I did a dynamic that was fun. I played with that. You want, just like when you write a song or you do something for the first time, oh, the freedom of creativity and the fun of the surprises. I want you as an artist to have those fun surprises. Even when you're doing a set night after night on tour, you still have impulses you're following. You can still try things. It's the guitar solo every night is consistent, but different. And that's the aliveness that you want when you're singing. Singing someone else's song, it gets tiring is because the aliveness is disappearing. The surprises are disappearing. It's just getting automatic. If you're singing a song on automatic, that is not why you sing. You sing because of the joy it brings you and the goosebumps you get. I was working with a writer, and I was writing songs with them, and I would need to really help them and demo. Now, part of what they lost will become their style because it's who they are, but part of it was in order to give them the choice of what they wanted. So as an example, I tend to swing a lot. I love the upbeat. I would write it into our songs. Like, we'd be writing songs and the rhythms would have something to them, right? But the artist would strip away that rhythm and everything would get pretty square. And if that's what they want, if they want it to be more square, they want it to be less swing or less upbeat, cool. But to help them actually sing the song we wrote, which is what they liked and what they wanted, they needed to work on that upbeat. They needed to work on rhythm so that they could feel that pocket. Try to feel something out. Like when I'm singing, go easy on me, baby. Go easy. Those are on the upbeat. Go easy on me, baby. You got to feel that upbeat to lock it in. And if you don't, it's going to get more square. And it'll lose the pocket. I love the pocket. I grew up listening to Stevie Wonder and Aretha Franklin, and I love a gospel groove. So I tend to personally swing things. I have to work at making them more straight, having less swing. And again, if that's what the song requires, or if that's what makes that performance better, you got to be able to move from one to the other. So adjustments. Let's talk technique again. If you tend to be really wide and belty, we got to work your vowels to create freedom. If I'm singing, go easy, it's going to be loud. It's going to be a little out of tune. It's going to be tight. I'm going to not have a lot of dynamic choices. with alignment. Go easy, go easy. I can have ease as I move through my range because my technique is there. And so the first thing is you really want to work that technique so that it's not easy or easy, easy. Gives me choices. Now, why that's really cool is that, again, an example, I was working with an artist and we were working on the chorus of their song, and hitting everything at a 7 did not bring their style to life, did not bring the song they wrote to life. Actually, there's a great Whitney Houston song that does this. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. She doesn't go somebody. It's not louder. It gets lighter, which gives us more dynamic. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody. Those choices of getting lighter create a more dynamic style in that chorus, give us more color. And we want colors in your emotional performance. Your emotion has color. So if you're fighting for notes, you're going to lose a lot of color, which means you're going to lose style choices. Your ability to style and express yourself is limited if your vocal technique is limited. All right. So learning great technique will help you have more dynamic. A chorus of a song is not exciting if you're pounding away at everything, right? Like, oh, I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat. That's not what that song's asking for. So actually getting a little more head dominant, getting lighter, brings that melody to have more expansion. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. Dynamic. I want to feel the heat with somebody, with somebody, with somebody, with somebody. Choices, choices, choices. You have stylistic choices and ways to explore your expression when your instrument is aligned and flowing. Now, does that mean you can't sing until that happens? No. You grow, you evolve, you change, you use what you got. If you have 3 raspy notes to your name, and you can move your audience, you're doing your job. The most important thing is to express and take your audience on a journey. Now, if you can open up your skill set, if you can increase your ability, you can paint with more colors, so to speak, you can move your audience more effectively. And that's why it's important. What you want to tweak and adjust and grow is not being perfect. It's changing it so it's exciting to you, changing it so that you're alive in your creative flow, changing it so that it's your expression. It's definitely not about singing correctly. It's about exploring your style. My course, Voice Maps, has multiple games in it that you play to help you get out of your habits, to help you make changes. I'll give you one of those games right now. And they go from sort of artistic dynamic to emotional. There's emotional games that help you connect emotionally. There's artistic games to help you change and really build vocal arrangements. So as an example, I was just working with an artist right before this. I was just working with an artist whose tendency is to be really, really loud. And so everything's hard and everything's big and everything's loud. And the choruses really miss, well, not just the chorus, but we miss a lot of color because everything's just really big and punched. And by getting them to adjust, not blow so much air, not be so loud, giving them tools to settle in, oh my gosh, the emotion comes pouring out. If you're yelling, we're not going to get all your emotional color. We're going to get certain frequencies really, really loud, and we can't get tenderness. So by changing the technique, she's just like, oh my gosh, it's so much easier to sing, and there's more color and there's more ease. And again, particular habits. If you're sustaining a note and you're pushing a lot of air, it's like, I'll use easy again. Easy. That's going to affect my style. And I'm not even being that loud. Easy on me. It's going to get one color because everything's loud and then my chords are a little tight. But if I have flexibility and I'm not pushing, easy on me. Colors, choices, they'll come pouring out. So good technique helps you have more expression. Now, how do you get out of the habit of phrasing? So the first is that a lot of singers, have you ever felt that when you're singing, you're just trying to get through it? You're just trying to get through it. Through it is like 3 minutes and 33 seconds or 2 minutes and 20 seconds now. You're just trying to get through the whole song as if it's one unit. Nope. The song has so many arcs in it, so many dynamics, so many storytelling arcs, and we want to be connected moment to moment. So instead of the whole song being a chunk, and then maybe you feel like the chorus is a chunk, and maybe you feel the verse is a whole chunk, but actually we want to get into the nanoseconds of the moment. So science has discovered that the now is 3 seconds long. We want to be in those 3 seconds every moment that we can. You're not Buddha. Something cognitive will happen. You'll need to move over a cable, a guitar string will break, guitar will go out of tune, you tune it. Cognitive stuff happens. We want the tools to go back into flow, back into the now. So when you do something in a chunk, we emotionally lose color because you're actually cutting off emotional expression. We change our emotional expression every time you inhale. You're dipping into your emotional center, your gut, and every exhale is a new emotional expression. If you're taking things in chunks, you're not actually exhaling, so we are missing a lot of emotional colors. So one way to do this is inhale more frequently. Inhale more often than you think you need right now, just to tap into emotion. And then exhale through the words. I'll go back to the same phrase. If I say, I'll do it as a chunk. Go easy on me, baby. That was just one idea right there. It's just one thing. But now I want to get into the moments. And so if I inhale more frequently and I exhale through my words, I'm going to get more color. Go easy on me, baby. I took 2 breaths, one in the beginning, one in the middle. You can breathe anywhere you want. But through every syllable, I'm exhaling. So you get more color, more style, more expression. Now, how do I take that down? By playing with one syllable at a time, by changing one syllable at a time, by changing a syllable in every line, I am going to enable myself to change the phrasing, change how I relate to the song, change my presence with the song. Let me show you. I'm going to demonstrate changing every single word in that phrase, just one at a time, but I'm just going to show you how I can point to a word, change it, point to the next word, change it, point to the next word, change it. So this is one syllable at a time. I'll start with the first. Go. Go easy on me, baby. Go. Just played with it. Next one. Go easy on me, baby. Go easy on me, baby. Just playing with it. Just playing with the second word. Third word. Third word might not be needed because it's an on, not exactly the word you'd emphasize, but for the sake of the exercise, I will do it. Go easy on me, baby. Just gave it a new emphasis. Go easy on me, baby. Me. Now, let me break it down for you. What can you change? What do you have an effect on in a song? What do you play with? Can you all put in the comments for me? What does every song have? What elements are in every song? If your tendency is to riff all the time, like if that's your go-to change, don't do it for a month. Find other choices you can make. If you don't do riffs and run, work on adding them. Wherever our habits are, same. We want to lean into our strengths, but we also want to elevate the things that we don't want to just lean into our propensities. So let's look at what we can do. You can play with dynamic. You can play with a lyric. I could repeat a word. I can play with the vowel. I can play with the way I say it. I can play with melody. And I can play with rhythm. And ultimately, they can happen together. Sometimes I change rhythm and a melody. And you could just do an exercise of, I'm just going to focus on changing rhythm. Go easy on me, babe. What can I do here? You can play with the melody, the lyric, the rhythm, the dynamics. Rhythm means holding a note you don't normally hold. Don't hold the note you normally hold. Rhythm means being late, being early, comma. And you can be really, 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 really late to really, really late to really late to a little late to just like rhythm has so much time and space. You have so much time and space. Yes, dynamics. So I could play with rhythm. And you could do an exercise where like, okay, I'm just going to really focus on changing rhythm only. You might find you change melody too because they can go hand in hand. But if rhythm is difficult, playing with rhythm. If melody is the first choice you do, focus on rhythm. If you notice that, here's a really common thing that singers do that I'm going to encourage you not to do. You play with the last word of a song, of a phrase. You will play with the last word of a phrase because there's usually more time, or you feel like there's time to do it. So if it's, let me pick up another phrase. This one has it built in. Go eat. The riff is in the easy, right? I was still a child, didn't get the chance to. You'll give your attention to the end because you think, oh, I have time before the next word. That's really, it's just common to do that. It's kind of safe. Change things in the middle. That's why I'm saying one syllable at a time. Change something in the middle. I was still a child, didn't get the chance to feel the world around me, instead of around me. Don't always hold the end. Play with the stuff in the middle. In order to do that, you got to be feeling the pocket. You got to be feeling the rhythm. You've got to be breathing. If you sing phrases and hold your breath, I guarantee you will say, there's nowhere to breathe. I can't do it. You've got to be feeling the pocket. And when you feel the pocket of a song, you will find, I have time to breathe. I now have time to say words and elongate vowels and make changes. So everything is rooted in rhythm. Your melody is rooted in the rhythm. Now let's go back to one syllable at a time. Go, I did up to on. Go easy on me, baby. On me, baby. I just hold it a little longer. On me, baby. And you'll notice as you change one thing, it's going to domino and change other things. Because if I lengthen something, the back end has to get shorter in order to stay in the bar line, in order to stay in the rhythm. Go easy on me, baby, baby. I could pause. Go easy on me, babe, on me, babe. Just make it wait. Go easy on me, baby, on me, baby. Just a little breath, a little weight right there makes baby feel different, makes it hit different. Go easy on me, baby. I was still a child. Dynamic. I was still a child. Didn't get the chance to feel the world around me. Around me. That word is around. I'm going to make it feel round because that's what I'm inspired to do right now. I was still a child. I was still a child. Give me an interval because I love intervals. I was still a child. Didn't get the chance to feel the world around me. I keep wanting to go to that melody. I could change it. And the fun part of that is you try stuff. You try stuff and you record yourself. And when you record yourself, you listen back because you're going to do something that, ooh, I like that. I want to keep that. That's how I'm doing that line. Don't know what I want to do after or before yet, but that line I love. And you slowly build a vocal arrangement. You could build a live version of the song. I want the live version to be longer. What could I do in the bridge, right? Could I bring the chorus and do I want to repeat something? Do I want to make something can I lengthen this for a live show? You've sung a song for 7-10 years. Oh, I want to change it up. How do I feel like doing it, right? I was still a child. And this is another way to look. So as an exercise, you can literally just point to the word and change it. Record it. See what it does for you. Point to it. Another way you can do it is look at the words, the language. What word do you want to emphasize? What meaning does that word have for you? Tell me the story. Bring the words to life. And so change it by choosing what word in this sentence means something in the way I want to say it. Because I could say, I was still a child. I could say, I was still a child. I was still a child. None of them are wrong. It's how do I interpret that line? If a line gets repeated, like in a chorus, how are you changing it so that the second and the third chorus are consistent but have new ear candy because you're expressing it a little different, right? I was still a child. I was still a child. I was still a child. How do you do that in singing? I was still a child. I was still a child. I was still a child. I'm just changing emphasis. Rhythm, dynamic, lyric. I was still, I like that. I was still a child, playing with the word. I was still a child. Probably wouldn't do that. It feels too tender for that, but maybe there's a no somewhere and you want to repeat it. Like in a lyric says, no, 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 no. 99% sure Luther Vandross did that. And he gave us a no, 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 no. Repeat it. When you make it fall, can something that's explosive feel like that has an explosive dynamic? We're not changing the song to ruin it. You're changing it to paint it the way it feels to you. And so changing it up is how we get there, feeling the rhythm to do that. I'm just going to, again, this is not a song. I've sung this song a handful of times in my life. I've never tried to create an arrangement of it. I'm just improvising with you on a song I think is beautiful, right? There ain't no gold. There ain't no gold. Are you emphasizing no? Gold? There ain't no gold in this river that I've been washing my hands in forever. Do I want to change the melody? Do I want to, that I've been washing my hands in forever? The original is consistent. That I've been washing my hands in forever. I think I'm changing the melody and not remembering the original, but it's much more consistent in that rhythm. That I've been washing my hands. Well, I'm changing that. That I've been washing my hands in forever. Playing with rhythm. I know there is hope. I know there is hope in these waters. I'm in a first verse. I probably wouldn't get this intense that fast, but I'm playing right now just as an experience, just as an exploration. I know there is hope. I know there is hope in these waters, but I can't bring myself to swim when I am drowning. I want to punch that. I am drowning is the original. It's excellent. The song's excellent. Don't ruin the song. But I'm just playing, messing it up. Can I get away from the original to express myself? You may come back to the original. But I can't bring myself to swim when I am drowning in this silence. Baby, let me. Oh, I'm going to stretch that out. I'm just feeling it. Sometimes I'll record it, play with it, and go, oh, yeah, that didn't work at all. Totally fine. I'm rehearsing. I'm exploring. And that didn't work. Try something out. Try something else, right? I can't bring myself to swim when I am drowning in this song. I'm really changing the melody a lot, but why not? Turn it into a minor song. What happens? We take a major to a minor. You're going to really play with melody. Why not? Make it your own without ruin it. Ruin it to explore. And then you'll find your your middle ground, right? Like I said, I'm improvising. I'm improvising a song I don't know that well. When I am drowning in this silence, baby, let me in. Baby and in were my choices. Baby, let me in. Let me. Baby, let me in. Baby, let me in. Try different ones and see what feels good to you. Where do you want to go? That tender high part makes me think of God on high, hear my prayer. In my need, you have always been there. Oh, gorgeous song from Les Mis. It is a musical theater song that within the context of theater, you cannot change. If you're singing it on your own, in your own show, you can. But you still want room to breathe and be expressive in your own way, right? God, because I can do God on high, hear my prayer. Now, what happens if I play with the rhythm a little or play with the way I'm saying words? I'm still going to be in the melody pretty much, I think. We'll find out. But can I play, God on high, instead of God on high, God on high? Or what if I have to keep that rhythm? No, you can't change it. But if I go to the end for fun, God on the high, choice. That's a choice to express and to make high feel higher. God on the high. And then high, is it dynamic? High. Is it getting softer? How does high feel to me in this song and this expression? This song makes me cry. It's so beautiful. The melody, the tenderness. God on, God. I'm saying God. Oof. God is not a throwaway word. God. Am I saying, how am I pronouncing it? Where am I giving dynamic? God on high. Do I want it to feel angelic? High. Do I want to say the E of the diphthong? Ooh. How many of you are going, what's that mean? And others going, I feel you. Diphthong, high E. There's an E in it. 99% of the time, 90% of the time, you really want to just sing the I itself. But sometimes we grab the E, especially in gospel, you'll sing the second vowel intentionally. I'll do both. God on high. Just the I. Now I'm going to go to the E. God on high. Hear my prayer in my need. So by singing that E, for me, I like the E in this choice. You really hear, I think it creates a nice cry in the voice. Now, I'm breaking this all down. I'm breaking this down. I think that awareness of choices is really important, knowing things you can change, but also please don't mathematically create your vocal arrangement by, again, doing it all in your head, going, oh, I'm going to sing the diphthong here. I'm going to do this dynamic there. When I was young, I used to map out my songs. And then guess what happened? I got married to that map. And then it got less interesting, less creative, and more stale. So I think it's important that the awareness of choices, dynamic, melody, rhythm, and then allowing your organic expression to stay there, not trying to analyze or understand every reason you're doing every choice, but recognizing when you do something, I like it, I'll keep it, is important. Like in doing that God on high, by saying, oh, I'm asking the question, am I singing the diphthong? I recognize that, oh, yes, I tend to sing it there because it is a natural is a weird word. It is a choice that I make through expression that I think works better. But I didn't think about, I'll sing the diphthong. I just made the emotional choice and changed something, closed my mouth. Like it's a lot of stuff's very automated for me because I'm just playing with my instrument that's in tune. When you get the instrument in tune, the choices can become more organic. I just don't want you to, again, mentally map a song out. One artist I work with, we will map out dynamics, for example, and part of it is rooted in the balancing the voice and part of it is an expression. So maybe, for example, we'll find a song and say, okay, the root of this song is like your dynamic of 4. Dynamics being between like a 3 and an 8. 8 is your climax, happens maybe once or twice in the song. So 4 is your general dynamic in this song that gets you singing and stable and comfortable. And then on certain words, you're going to go a little softer and a little stronger to create the storytelling, right? But we find their root and then they're like, oh, I go lighter here. And sometimes we'll look at like, okay, in the chorus, it's really nice if it's like soft, soft, strong, soft, soft, strong. And once we get the flow and the feel, once the artist is like, oh, this is feeling so good, then we forget about it and they do whatever they want in the song. But we find that root dynamic. Again, for choices for this, for finding tools. So if I say, God on God, I'm playing with it. Again, I'm not thinking about it. I'm just expressing. God on high, hear my prayer. I tend to close my mouth, making something gentle. Like I'm just doing stuff that moves me as I sing this song. And I encourage you to record yourself, try changing things up, play with that one syllable, grab the online course and learn more games, record yourself and keep things you like and you continue to build and grow. And again, from this, you'll find habits. If you find like, oh, like melodically, one thing that a lot of singers do, they'll fall off the melody. If it was God on high, hear my prayer. Like if you're writing your own songs or you're even singing a cover, there's a tendency to go, falling off the melody is a really common thing that singers do. It makes all your songs sound alike, because you're actually losing the root of your melody that's magical and making them all just go down. Sometimes it's because the singer like unconsciously thinks you can't sustain, so you just fall off the note. If you find that you do that a lot, stop doing it and maintain your melody. When na 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 na, and then you might find, oh, I want to play with that melody. Na 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 na. You're like, oh, I like the melody I'm now building. Since I'm not falling off all the time, you're going to start building a new type of melody. And now your songs will sound more different, more unique, more special. So no, you don't adjust your voice to style, although somebody else is going to point out all the ways you do. There are definitely certain, like musical theater tends to have more vibrato. Pop music, you want to take it in, take it out. Carnatic music has none. So there are certain stylistic things. Being able to sing on the upbeat for R&B, have more swing sometimes. There are things that are home to certain styles. Yeah. Rock might have a little more rasp or screaming. Like there are certain things that if you're doing that style, it's going to ask you to do some certain things because that's what is required or expected in that style. But really, I'm talking about you are not changing your voice for style. You are using your voice to express and discover your own style. And that, my friend, is what being an artist is. You being unique, trend-setting. This is the way I do it. This is the spin I put on it. This is my way of expressing this so that I can move the audience in the way I want to. I'm doing it in a way that thrills me, and then I share that thrill with others. Thank you for joining me today. It's so good to see you. If you all are interested in sync, go see 2 Indie Official with the number 2. In Instagram, they have an amazing community that helps artists get directly to people who want their music for sync. I appreciate you joining me. I love the questions. Keep asking me, DM me, go check out the online course for more games to play to explore your style. This was really fun to share with you. Thanks for joining me. Check out the online course. There's so much more to play. And this is endless. Once you start feeling your style, you'll have your go-to things, but then we still want to keep evolving, right? That's the fun part. All right, y'all are wonderful. Thank you for joining me. And let me put this in my YouTube channel too so that they have the course information. It's on my website. It's called Voice Maps. But again, I'm all about you doing you. That's the fun part.